Okay, in this segment, I'm going to demonstrate a simple single pole switch along with a light. Now, when I was making these videos, I was contemplating whether I should get all fancy with my videos and my props, and what I decided was, if you look at my About Me page, I used to teach young apprentices in a federally subsidized apprenticeship program for the state of New Jersey. But anyway, the only thing I worked with was a whiteboard. I said, I'm just going to go back to my basics. If you want a glitz and fritz video, there's plenty of them on TV, but this video is about understanding how the electricity in your house works. So if we have a single pole switch, okay, I have one right here. As you can see, there's two terminals on here that are brass, and that is represented right here. Now, when the switch is closed, I talked about continuity, so I'm going to turn on my fancy meter, and I'm going to turn on my not so fancy meter. And if I was to test for continuity, when I put my leads on these two terminals, okay, my tester indicates that there's no continuity. The switch is open. Same thing with my not so fancy meter. Okay, now when I close the switch, I turn it on, and the switch should stay on when it's up, not faux. And I take my leads of my tester, and as you can see now, the needle swings to 0. Same thing here. Now my digital reading goes down to 0. And so if I was to take my switch, and here it's represented in the closed position, now I have continuity. I have my 120 volt feed coming in. I used gray for the neutral or grounded connection. My hot or ungrounded black wire goes to the switch, goes through the switch, then the black wire goes to either the black wiring within your light fixture, or if it's a simple basement fixture like this where you have the brass screw and you also have the silver screw. The silver screw is your grounded or neutral connection. This would be enclosed within a piece of 14-2. You'd have a piece of 14-2 NM cable. I discussed that in cables. And the blue here represents that each of these fixtures will be inside of a box. If you have wires that are spliced in the wall somewhere, you have issues that need to be corrected. Okay, here I have a video of how a single pole switch should be wired. Okay, if you were to turn the circuit off, take the switch out, turn the circuit back on now so that I can show you how it works. Going back to my terminations videos, you can see my terminations here are nicely tucked together, tightened down properly with a torque wrench. As I showed you before, here's my blue box. All the wires are enclosed in there. I have my 14-2 feed that comes in, my 14-2 feed that goes up into the dining room light fixture. Here are my neutral or grounded connectors spliced together. Here are the grounding, the bare terminals, all spliced together with a tail that comes over and connects to the green screw on the switch here. Okay, that's the way hopefully a single pole switch in your house will look if you were to turn the circuit off and open it up. I've put the switch back in the wall. I put my plate on. Just little finishing touches. When you take switches off or plates off, you want to paint. You don't want to paint the device, okay? Here I have a piece of trim. It's nice if you line the plate back up. The switches have little slots in them so you can move them around. And the other thing I like to do, most electricians that I know that care, are screw head slots. Switches operate up and down. It just looks more aesthetically pleasing if you, when you're done, you situate your screw heads. Some electricians do them horizontally. Me personally, switches and receptacles, they operate up and down, and also on a receptacle, the slots go up and down. I like to put mine vertically. It gives it a nice touch that you actually care about your work.